What is up, guys? We have another video, and this time it is brought to you by JQwerks. They were kind enough to get one of the first JQ wheels out to me. I purchased this, but so I was one of the early purchases of this steering wheel. We're gonna go ahead and show you and then install it. Box. And I'm gonna show you what it all comes with first. So we have the QR code, the paddle shifters. We're going to talk about this, why I have this shortly. We have the CAN bus integration modules, the horn cap, which is the OLED screen, and then we have the actual steering wheel box right here. All right, so for the steering wheel section. All right, so we're gonna open this for track and use only. And then we have the Madtrace stickers. This is what, these are just random stickers you can use. And then you have the actual stickers for the steering wheel right here that you'll attach. The hub, which is what we'll replace right here for the OLED screen. In this first box, you have some connectors. The second box, let's see what we got here. It's sort of hard to do with one hand. You have the actual hub that you will put on your column. So this is similar to the V1, but obviously we'll have to replace this for the new steering wheel. So you also have the little attachment. So you use this to tighten the actual steering wheel whenever you bolt it on with this guy right here. So you'll bolt this onto this and hold on to it as your, oh my God. Okay, so they also have this included just like the Gen 1, where you bolt this onto the hub assembly and then you will use it to hold onto and torque down the center bolt. Now the steering wheel itself, it's attached to the module that sort of controls everything or gets the wires put in for everything. And then this is what the steering wheel actually will attach to. So this black piece on the back side is what will be bolted into the steering column, and then the front side is the quick release. Now, I don't have a new steering wheel physically for it because I'm gonna use my old one, and then this is just the hub. So as we take everything out of that other box, we have a USB-C cable, the airbag delete attachment, a pry tool, and some Velcro ties in here. You have screws for the steering wheel and for the mount. You have the wiring for the steering wheel itself. And then you have this Torx. I think it's Torx. So Torx tool to remove the center cap and then put the OLED one on. So moving forward, you have the horn cap, which is this right here. And this is the OLED screen that everyone's been seeing online. And this will be replacing this horn cap right here. And has the connectors. It's like using pogo pins. And then it has a button right here. Then you have the CAN bus controller, or CAN box for the F8X. So this is what's going to relay the suspension, the steering tightness, etc., along with the RPM to the steering wheel itself. So we'll be wiring this into the center console area and whatnot, along with the kick panel on the passenger side. And then this right here will transmit all the data to the steering wheel itself. And last but not least, we have the paddle shifters. And everyone knows that I have a manual, so you're probably wondering why. Well, why do you have paddle shifters? Well, you can program these to do anything you want. So what I'm gonna do is the top one, I might do like turn signals because the OEM turn signals are hard to get to. Then the bottom one, maybe I'll do like high beams, like race high beams or something. So we'll get these programmed the way they should. And just to show you, as you see on the side, it has the pogo pin, so you can remove or add the shifters. Now, they do have two different styles. They have a dual shifter or a single shifter. So as you see here, there are two attachment areas. These are two different shifter points. So on each one, you'll have a total of 4. So you'll have 4 paddles altogether on my setup. Or if you opt for the single, there will just be a single paddle right here. And as you see here, these are the paddles. So you have dual. And I'm not sure if you can see this on camera, but they send you 2 different style sets. So on the right side, I have carbon. The left side, I have the, I think, aluminum. So you get options here. You can choose for the carbon fiber to install, or you can choose for the aluminum. I think I'll go with the carbon. We're not sure yet. We'll see which one looks best. So what I want to do first is I want to take this horn off, which actually has nice tension to it. But we'll remove this and then we will install the OLED onto it. Okay, so the one tool that they didn't have included was the Torx 10 to remove this. So that's what size you need, T10. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and start unscrewing this. You probably want to do each side slowly because I know there's some tension to it. This is really hard to do with a single hand, by the way. So, right, just like that. I'm gonna pull this up. Oh, so I didn't get it all the way. Pull this up, and we will put the new one down. And then there'll be some tension because, again, there's pogo pins. So you'll push it down and tighten in a cross pattern. Obviously, you don't want to tighten it too much. I would just hand tighten it. All right, so we got these screwed in. I just hand tightened them. Not too big of a deal. Super easy. I shouldn't have to explain how to do this. You put the old one over here. You can use the new screws because they're the same. So why bother? So I just used the ones that were already in here and they were in perfect condition. So kept it the way it is. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna change the camera angle up. That way I can work on the steering wheel and start putting it together. So if I've already done one here with the carbon, and I'm gonna do one with the aluminum, and that way you'll be able to see what it should look like. So this one goes on this side, like so. It'll be like that. We're gonna go ahead and get this one set up with the aluminum. So obviously you want to know the position. So it's going to sit like this. And what will happen is you will put the top one like so and the bottom one like that. The threads will be on the actual paddle, or not the paddle, sorry, the actual switches. So if you want to easily get these in, just put it like so. You could sort of set it and then place there. We will get our little screws out, which I guess I should have had these out, right? All right, so we have the screws out. We have the Torx, and so this will be able to thread easily. The magnets on these are super strong, so you'll actually end up sometimes getting pulled that way. You want to line this up, and you'll want to probably put them on loosely until you get it threaded all the way on. And then you can align it, make sure the gaps look good to your liking if you're OCD like that. Oh, like I said, magnet. All right, so like I said, I'll line it up and we will tighten these all the way and trying to, without getting pulled by the magnet, and just make sure you can see that. So this is how the aluminum looks. This is how the carbon looks. So you can see the difference. minor differences in sound. And then these do bolt into the steering wheel itself. So we will do so. Try not to, there we go. So we'll get the right side first. And you'll wonder, how do I screw it in? Doesn't look like I can get the screws back there. Just push this back. And then these are not free floating. It has a little pin ball here. I can't remember what those are called. It looks like they only have one. Not sure if that was intentional or not, but there's 2 divots. So again, not sure if that's intentional. Same thing here. The same Torx. So this will have a little notch. As you see, the notch is right there. Then there's the female side. So you'll just fit that on like so. Hold it in place and tighten this down. Once you finish that, this will line up. It slides right in. You'll hear it click. Like so. So now we'll get to the other side. And where did I put? Oh, sorry. So again, take this out. Obviously, if you have electric hand tools, this will be a little faster, but I just wanted to show you with the tools that they provide, which should be more than enough to do this. Slide it there, just like that. And so now you have your built-out paddles, and you'll notice the difference in noise. I think the carbon sounds better, so I'm probably going to use carbon, but you'll hear slight differences in the audible clicks. Hopefully it shows up well in the video. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect the steering wheel via USB. I just click connect and select the USB. You'll see the green light. And then from here, you'll select the car vendor. You have E chassis, F chassis, G chassis, all that stuff. Second, you're going to choose profile, 1, 2, or 3. We're going to go ahead and select 3. And from here, we can select the brightness for day or night. I'm going to set 0 for the day, 5 for the night. Next, we have the rev lights, which from here, you'll see 80 and 30 I have set. And then from here, you can select the colors for the rev lights along with the shift light parameters or pattern from being the sides or the center. If you highlight and click the buttons, you can select the buttons and the exact color. So I'm going to select like an amber color here. And if you want to copy that color for all the other buttons, what we'll do after we select it is we will copy the number here, and we can select another button and apply it across the board for all of them. And when you do this, you can also select the function of the button and click save. I just want to get all the colors set first, and then I can choose which each button wants or should be. Now here we also have the joystick up, down, left, right, center. Those you can set what you want them to do. Like I said, if you highlight across, it will show you exactly which button you will be changing and selecting, so you can be more efficient with the OLED screen. So you know that this is L3, L2, you know, LS1, LS2. And then from here you will disconnect before you unplug it from the car. Now the one thing that I would say is a negative to this setup is that it is web-based. So unfortunately, if for some reason they were to shut down or take this offline off the web, you wouldn't be able to make this modification from the computer software, which is technically, like I said, a web-based software. You might be able to download it off of GitHub and run it locally, but if you don't want to get too technical, you can just stick with the OLED, But if you want to get like those custom colors, you'll have to use the web-based version of Madtrace Lab. All right, so of course we got to take the steering wheel off. Let's do all that. We might as well start breaking this apart a little bit till we take taking this apart right here before we completely remove this. So I will start messing with this a little bit. Let's pull this out. And you'll want some trim tools to sort of pry this apart. Probably get the smallest or thinnest one. Might be able to get it with my hand, to be honest, but
one eternity later.
all right, so I got it. Easiest way is to hit it right here. It'll pop the beginning up, and then you can sort of pry it all apart together. You'll see these little clips right here around, and they'll come apart. And now this piece, there are little prongs right here on these sides. You'll pull out. It should drop.
I usually just yank the on it.
Just yank. And break it?
No, they never break.
wild.
They never break. You're only pulling it out. See?
There we go.
I wouldn't lie to you.
It's setting me up for failure, guys.
Yeah, right.
So we're gonna ugga this off. It's 16, by the way, in case y'all are wondering. You don't have to fight it. That's how easy it was. Put that somewhere safe. So you're gonna need it later. Make sure that clock spring doesn't spin. And this is where it gets a little tricky. You'll have to unplug your existing plugs if you have a Gen 1. If you don't have a Gen 1 and you have a normal steering wheel, this should be simple because this will be easy to get to. And of course I can't get to up. Go. Pop the one. So it comes apart. Here's the old hub. And now we will install the new hub here. We'll have to run some wiring down here through this section and into this right here. Now I don't really know how this is supposed to pry up. I think I just pull up and it'll come apart. Okay, so we have these plugs. We're gonna slip them through here. This is how they suggest you do it. You might be able to fit it on after you put the hub on, but this is how they suggest it. We're gonna plug these in. Make sure you don't spin the
Clock spring.
yeah, there we go. Clock spring. Jesus, can't talk now. And so this is keyed right here. So key, go straight on. Now you'll put the bolt back in and torque it down to spec. You have to loosen these to pull it out a little bit. And then there's a plug in the back for you to get to. I will also link the JQwerks video, but this is just me installing it to sort of give you any tips and tricks. So we're just gonna loosen these real quick. Is there does it flick?
Mm-hmm.
Flip?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a little button you press right here. This thing will slide up. And now this, while you have everything scooted up, should slide out.
Because the thing you slid up isn't all the way up.
So we gotta loosen this a little more. Now, this slides out like that. So, from there, you're going to have to start plugging in the other controller, which is the OBD controller, to this. And then we're gonna run the wire down into this area down here. The new harness that they have here, that they give us, this will be routed all the way down to the shifter area. So this one right here is what we just unplugged. You can see the similarities. And now this is going to go into the back first. So I'm gonna slide this guy up again. Slide this sucker in. If I can fit it in the damn hole. You can do it! There we go. So now it's latched in. And what you'll also do is connect the old one into this. It's that way. Like so. And I already have the airbag delete light, so that's been plugged in here. But you'll plug this other cord back here into this. cluster. And now you will tighten these screws and we will run the wire back accordingly. Like, no, go up and tilt down. That's where we gotta be. All right. So after some deliberating and figuring out where exactly they want the wiring, we have determined that the wire needs to be right around here. So I'm gonna route down there through the side panel. Oh, and my light's falling. So there's this. Right going there. And if you have tiny hands like me, reach through. Look down. I don't know if you can see this on camera, guys, but
Yeah.
it goes down like that. So now I'm gonna move the light and have Ben face it down here. It's gonna be coming out down here, and we're gonna route this all the way through the side to up here. And then we're gonna tighten all of this, put this all back together. So this section is actually all done right now. But we're gonna start tightening this, and I'm gonna button all of this back up. All right, so as I button this up, let's go. These should just snap together. Sometimes it takes a little bit of effort. Sometimes.
Smack that hoe. Boom, baby.
There we go. I don't like hitting stuff a lot, all right, guys? So this is all good. We're gonna grab the piece that actually connects to the steering wheel and show you how that goes in here. And so now we have this connector. This is the hub that connects like so. So we're going to connect the white connector to the back right here. It'll only go in one way. Just clicks in. Then we will start threading in some screws. I'm pretty sure I didn't park straight, so in case you're wondering why it's turned to the side, that will be why. We're going to do every other bolt. And we'll tighten these down accordingly. Cue background music. And so what we're doing right now is we're just making sure it is tight. There we go. The oil change specialist has helped me remove this piece right here. So there's if you get your fingers down here, you can feel the tab and push in on it a little bit, and the top front will pop out. You can get the rest out like this. And so this is the tab that we're talking about. It's a little plastic tab. And then that way you actually don't have to pop off the plastic cover and get these all out like they did in their video. So just a little bit different, just a small trick. If you have small hands and you can reach these tabs on either side of the bottom, which it has to be the front, the back is covered, you can do so. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this cable routed up. So I'm gonna push up through the side. Oh, and so now you're gonna pull the rest of the cable through on the side. And then that's how we route it, and it will no longer be in the side, it'll be right here. So you're actually gonna have to unplug this from the module. Perfect. And this is gonna go in here. Once I figure out which way it goes. There we go. this harness, which is the one with the blue tab, will go into the OEM harness, or OEM plugs. It'll only go in one way, obviously. And now, what we'll do is we will plug in this plug into the adapter harnesses, which communicate with this right here. Let me figure out what exactly I need to plug in, and I'll get back to you. This blue harness that we've now connected to the buttons, this white section needs to reach all the way over to the iDrive controller. So we're going to route that down here. And while we're routing that there, I believe these two red ones will also go down for the time being. If we need them, we can pull them back. But this will go down here, like so. And now there's a small hole here to pass this through right here. So this is where it'll sit next to the iDrive control harness plug. So the plug that we have routed all the way from the front to the back here, this is actually going to go to the iDrive controller area also. So we're going to route this accordingly right here. Make sure we're going to tuck these wires over somehow, so that way they don't get caught up with the shifter. And we'll leave that there. These plugs. All right. Video that JQwerks put out does not explain what these two are. I think we figured out that this is for the DCT control modules or the lighting or whatever it may be. You're just gonna tuck these away in the front. We're just gonna tuck that away. Not touching it no more. This will now be routed down. Once we get these wires through completely. And this is gonna take a little bit of finesse because you're adding a bunch of wires.
Back first.
Huh?
Push the back side.
Oh, yeah. So that's where that's gonna go. This is gonna be right here. And then you're gonna take this harness that they give us and start to plug all the connectors together. So if you're a manual, just be aware that you will have plugs that you don't use. So leading from here, you will have the black plug that plugs into this. You're daisy chaining a lot of plugs, by the way. So just in case you're a little alarmed on why you have so many plugs, that is why. And so these two plugs will now plug directly into this CAN bus adapter. I'm gonna feed this wire back because we're going to mount this CAN bus adapter right here, which I'm pretty sure is the air box. Maybe not. Maybe it is. I can't tell. But it has a little tape, so it'll stay in place. And we're going to plug these in, like so. And what we'll do is we will 3M it right there. Honestly, you probably don't even need a 3M it, if I were you. If you need to unplug it, it makes it a little bit harder to unplug. But, you know, let's do what's suggested. So we're going to 3M this according to the video. Oh, look at that. Some nice 3M. This shit is not coming off. You're cooked. So, I'll push mine a little back. That way I can get to the plug still. Like so. Push down. And there you are. Now it looks OEM. Well, this part looks OEM at least. This part looks like a cluster of wires that you don't need. And now, from there, if you want to hand me that plug, Ben, please. we will take this plug and connect it to there we go, sorry. We will connect this plug over to this guy. And then we will route this all the way over there. Now, that being said, now that I think about it, it's probably best for us to do it the opposite way. And I need to find a way to unplug this. Okay, so we're gonna start. We gotta pull off the side trim first. And then you might not even have to pull it off all the way, but we're going to.
Makes life easier.
Yep. And then we're gonna pull that cover off.
Should be
Mine's been off maybe one time ever. And the only reason why I had it off was to program custom keys to my car. Shout out to Remote Beamer.
Gonna have to remove the panel here.
Ah, yes. The good old F8X is different than the F87. Okay. So, yeah, the F8X, F82 is a little bit different than the F87. You do need to remove the bottom panel off. So there's 2 bolts. I believe they're like a 12
10.
Or are you sure it's a 10?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they're a 10 mil. Again, I had to use my JQwerks, but oh yeah, these are 10s. Sorry. So yeah, these are 10s. This comes out. Now we can remove this cover, which was
Brown.
You sure there's no bolt?
Should be. It's the T20, but it's not. It's a little white clip at the top. It's holding it in place.
Ah, yes. So, if you see here, I'm going to use the car light. There's these white clips that hold it in. And so this, we've run out of daylight, if you guys haven't noticed. That will come out. And now, you will see what we have to work with here. So, let me get on the other side. So we're going to use the POV cam now. We are going to pull out the plugs. You'll have a blank one right here, but we'll pull out the white one and pull out the black one now. So, the white one, just push on the latch. It's sort of hard to do with one hand. There we go. Then the next one. We're gonna work with this black harness here. Alright. It's a little tucked behind this little bracket, and we'll tuck that back in. So now, we're gonna take apart this harness. So you'll notice like little pins that we can get to right here. And then these will slide out for us to get to. So I'm gonna do that off camera because this is a little bit unnecessary for you guys to see me specifically go through this, since JQ has already done this. But the next part is where it gets important on what plug that we want to depin. All right, so you're gonna undo this right here, push it in, and it should slide out. Hopefully.
Gonna have to pull it back on the other,
Yeah.
on that part as you're.
Actually, yeah, you might not even need the pry tool. Might be able to just pull both back.
If you're pushing on the white one,
Here we
there you
go.
go.
Yeah, so you don't even need one of them. So that's how it slides in. So remember, the plug opening, or the plug snap, is going to be on the left hand bottom, gray on the top. that there. All right, gets a little complicated, but these two wires that you're supposed to pull are side by side. It is purple, red, and red directly next to it. So I believe it's, what pin number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, if you're counting from left to right. So these two are gonna come out right here. What you'll do is you'll see where it lines up right here. You'll push down on it and you'll pull the plug out, which sometimes is easier said than done. But you'll want to like a little pick tool, and you'll, the easier way was actually pushing these, even though the JQ instructions tell you otherwise. Just push on these tabs and it will literally slide right out. Like literally slide right out. Like so. You'll push on them again.
You have to push as you pull.
Yeah. You do need to push as you pull. And as I said, I'm in a really bad angle, so I'll try to do the best I can right now. And so these will come out like so. Okay, so you'll see that this plug is open right here. So if you face it like this, you will take the purple, orange, whatever color plug this is considered, and you will slide that on the top one. Once you slide it in, make sure it's latched. The bottom one, you will take the red, latch it, then you'll clip this shut. Now they're locked in, and now we are sure these are in. So I'm gonna plug that in all the way. We're good to go. And now on this plug, you're gonna take the blue wire and put it in that first slot that we took out. So right there. It's gonna slide in all the way. You'll hear it click. And then for the next one, next to that, you'll take the red wire, click all the way. And from there, remember what I said about this? The way it was set up, we will take these plugs, slide them all the way back like so. Now they're in the correct position. We will tuck this back down and plug this bad boy back in. Lock it in place. Tuck this wire back accordingly. And actually what I'll do is I'll start routing this behind. And we're gonna probably tuck this either behind the carpet or behind the panel. I think behind the carpet's probably the best option here. I have extra wires here, by the way, in case you're wondering. I'm gonna tuck those too while I'm at it. And then we'll plug this one back in. That's weird. So. Clip in. We'll tuck all these in behind the carpet if we can, which it's pretty secure, so we might not even be able to. We'll do it till right here. And before we get that all perfect, we'll run this up through the side, which we might actually switch cameras now for this. All right,
So as I was saying, we're gonna route this cable up to the side here. And as you push it up, you'll see the cable. So right here, you'll plug it into this plug, like so. Now you're done with this section. So you can take the carbon fiber panel, which I'm gonna go grab. We're back. Go plug it in, which it should go in only one way, like so. And I usually go in from the front first. That way you don't mess up leather. Unless Ben has any other suggestions.
Front first.
Let me just make sure. Like so. Just snaps in. So all this is done. And I'm gonna button this stuff up now. And we'll get back to you in a second.
We have the wires all tucked away. Now we got to line this up. And get this snapped back in.
It's in place.
Okay, making
Once
sure.
you put the other piece in, it'll hold it forward.
Cool. So we have that. We will put the underbody plastic back on, which is the 2 bolts and some clips. Make sure you plug in your light and your
Cigarette lighter.
cigarette lighter. As I said, I have random extra wires, which we will deal with later. Plug this in, tuck some wires back up. That's it. How do I even look in the camera right now?
You look like a scary character.
Hilarious. All right, yeah. We'll get some lighting going, and yeah, we'll make this look good. So you have the Madtrace. You can click through the profiles, like I said. We have the defaults where the turn signals are the top and bottom. And then the bottoms aren't programmed yet, but we need to figure out how does, here we go. I'm dumb. So you use the right button to start programming it. Well, let's do shift light. And then we'll click down to select. We'll do the pattern from left to right. That's fine. That's cool. We can do colors. What's stage 2? Stage 1, we'll do yellow. Stage 2, we'll do orange. Stage 3, we'll do red. And then red line, oh, well, so I might have to change that. Let's do orange. Let's go back, so green, yellow, orange, red. Back. Can do settings, mile per hour units, button setup, button functions. Let's do profile 1. So actually, the horn is set to none because that's no longer a horn. Left 1, not quite sure which one that is, so we'll have to figure out what buttons are what, or we can go on the computer and program it accordingly. Brightness, you can set the brightness. So the daytime, it can be a certain time. Shift light day, shift light night, button night. This is pretty bright, I'm not gonna lie. So if we lower it, let's do like a 10. I think that's nice. 20. But that is how you control everything. So I'll play with this, I'll set up a couple things, and I will get back to everybody on this. All right, so this is gonna be a little bit easier to film on the phone than holding the Sony. So we got the paddles set up, got the bright set up, and then we have the horn. Hilarious. The buttons are all mapped to OEM specs as it is on profile 1, and then we have the profiles on the back. So I have this all red, which is more like a valet, so like none of the buttons work. Then I have this one that I've been testing, where I've been testing the colors based off the settings that I used on the computer, and then, you know, programming these to do certain things like on the iDrive. So I can scroll through using this instead of the iDrive controller. So overall, super cool. This right here does work as intended, but we don't have a way of customizing RPM as of yet. So right now it's set to only engage at 5K RPM, and then it'll start green, and then it'll, you know, obviously go up until red line, and then at red line it'll flash quickly. So this is all said and done. I've gotten everything installed and it is perfect. So I gotta say, again, big shout out to JQ. I'm not sure if I'm gonna film any more B-roll for this, since I really need to get this video out, and the video is already like 45 minutes long. So I'll probably keep this part short. This looks very good. Like I said, big thumbs up compared to the Gen 1. I will say a lot of the issues that I had with Gen 1 are gone, such as the lights that would flicker randomly whenever I had auto lights on, and it would sometimes flicker, and then the car was trying to figure out, you know, if it was going to go into the night mode or the day driving. So these no longer flicker. These have a night setting on them. And then the cruise control warning still comes up. That's very, very rare. So as of right now, this is resolving a lot of those issues I had with the Gen 1. So yeah, pretty happy. Okay, so something else that I did notice while driving is that the steering wheel, for some reason, is reading like 1 mile per hour lower than my heads-up display and the dash, but it matches my radar detector. So not quite sure the reasoning behind that, but yeah, it's sometimes like 1 mile per hour behind. If you made it this far into the video, which is now, I believe, 50 minutes long, thank you for staying, and hopefully this video really narrowed some things down that the JQ install or other YouTubers didn't really talk about. So the best thing you guys can do is like, comment, subscribe. It'll help the channel out a lot. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll catch you later.